Greetings of the Black Light. We're still building on that black power. And in that topic, black power is nature versus the dollar bill, or the dollar Federal Reserve note. Also, we're talking about how to build a new way how to live and build commerce in your neighborhood. See, we don't do enough observing of other people because we think everyone's the same. You know, it was an old saying, get in where you fit in. Well, the black man tried to get in and fit in, but we never could get in because we don't fit in. You heard the old saying, birds of a feather flock together. Well, some people think because they see birds flying that they all are the same, but they're not. Birds know it, but the people don't have enough sense. You know, sometimes animals seem like they have more sense than humans. And at one time, the black man studied nature, studied science, and I think in the previous video I was talking about how Master Farad was breaking down the health, the mental and physical health of the black man. He said ever since we came over here in North America, we've been dying quick. We got dying of obesity and heart failure and Alzheimer's and everything else. And we think it's natural. We think they say, well, they died of old age, of natural causes. There's no such thing as a natural cause. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you're supposed to die when you get ready to die. When you done seen everything and did everything, and you think you got enough knowledge to deal with what death is about, then excuse me for a second. While I'm making videos, my grandchildren down there on the wire, I'm gonna have to hurry up and get through this one. I gotta check them, put them in their place. But I got to let this come out too, because I realize that we're in a war. Not everyone realizes we're in a war. So I was talking about birds of a feather flock together. And most people don't think that we're in a war. Well, it is what you call corruption, and it's what you call righteousness. And it manifests itself through not just one person, but through a species or a group of people. And this group of people sets an example for the rest of mankind to follow. And I was saying that the animals, they seem to have more sense than the people, because one thing, if you ever seen a dog when he gets sick, or he go and get some grass and eat it, he don't have to have a book or no teacher to do that. It's just automatically, because that's in his nature. You don't never see a sparrow trying to mate with a duck, or you never see a goose trying to mate with a pheasant, they know to stick within their own kind. But we think that we are different, and then we think that we are the same. We think that we could crossbreed and won't get no consequences or effects from that. In the long run, you'll find that the dominant gene will overtake the recessive gene, and the recessive gene will disappear into the dominant gene. In this case, the dominant gene that I'm talking about is the black man, and then you got the recessive gene, which is the Caucasian. And it's within 600 years, so says the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, that the Caucasian will disappear into another form, and that form will be dark complected, darker than what he once was. The pigmentation will be dark, and he will disappear. But that takes 600 years. The Caucasian knows this. See, now I ain't talking about those common, so-called common Caucasians. I'm talking about those intellectual, the one that's running things now. They know this, and so they got to keep our population, meaning the black man, down to a minimum so they can control us, and we can continue to give them our time and energy. And so they do this by trickery, illusion, lies, deceit, and everything unrighteous and corrupt. And so we want to be like them so much because we've been fed the lie that Jesus is a Caucasian. And then on top of that, on the currency, they put on that Benjamin, you see, he one of the founding fathers, you see a white face. And on the dollar bill, the lowest, the denominator, you see a white face with George Washington. And he was the founding father. And you see, this is Las Vegas. They try to give you the impression that that guy right there, the Finks, is white. And we think that. And we think that those intelligent people were Caucasian. But we're going to prove that they're not Caucasian. But we got to break you in slowly. So that's why you got to watch. You know, I'll be touching on each subject, and I don't go in fully all the way. Try to break it down too deep. You know, I just give you a overall. I'm gleaning this information for you, and so therefore, when you find that judge, I don't forget her name. Think her name was Tammy, on the Amber Guyver Botham Jean murder trial. You find her hugging her, and you find the brother trying to forgive her. And the reason why that other brother, star witness, got killed, brother Brown got killed, is because he knows that they tried to, the police, kill both of them. But probably they suffocated him to death, or either. See, he was still alive while Amber Guyger was on the phone, and the the backup crew came in, told the prosecution that they were doing survival, but the prosecution indicated that maybe they shut him up, that he was alive and he would have made it if they really was trying to save him. And I got a feeling that Brown, since he lived across the hall, I think he peeped all of that. I think he seen that, and they told him before he testified, keep his mouth shut, because you could see that the guy was unstable, and he was crying, you know, not just because he dug the brother, but because he was in fear. And so I'm trying to point out to y'all that this is a war that we in. You know, it's nothing to play with. The Bible talk about the war of Armageddon. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad talk about the war. All the books, even the Quran, talk about the war in the last days. And so we're in a war, and y'all, a lot of y'all walking around acting like we're not in a war. So we're gonna get to, eventually we're gonna get to why black businesses fail and why we need to, or how we need to build on them, maybe in the next video. But keep on staying glued to the tube. I ain't gonna forget about it. You know, it's a whole lot I got to say, and I can't get it in this, these few minutes. So that's all my my little tablet will allow. But I'm gonna hit you often enough where I'll get it in 24/7. This is Black Light saying stay glued to the tube. Black Power.